When I say this week Stray Kids went on live with Kelly and Ryan, and Kelly kissed Felix on the cheek, you either thought to yourself, so what, or tell me where she lives. And that's the debate going on right now. Was it a misunderstanding and miscommunication? Was it rude? Or was it nothing to be upset about at all? Here's the context. As Stray Kids were making their way up to the stage, you see Kelly giving Felix a kiss on the cheek. The initial outrage was, wow, I can't believe she did that. Even if she does that with other guests, she should know about the cultural differences. She made him uncomfortable. She should have had consent. But then came a lot of people defending Kelly and the situation by saying, that's a normal greeting in many countries. Yes, there are cultural differences, but he's also from Australia. I'm not from Australia, so if you are, let me know if that would make you uncomfortable. But here's the explanation that I think makes the most sense. When you watch the video, Felix leans down first, maybe for a bow, a hug, maybe even a kiss. That's when she leans in, seeming to think he was going in for a cheek kiss, and that's when she kissed him. Personally, and you don't have to agree, I think it's just a bit of awkward miscommunication. And for all we know, it could have been just one of those no contact for etiquette. Now, that's not to say the other qualms that Stray Kids fans had with the hosts are invalid. They didn't like the way the hosts were talking about Stray Kids. They didn't like that one of the ads for their appearance said Stray Children. Who? Not sure if that's a CBS thing or not, and they didn't like the fact that Ryan Seacrest was getting fans to go up on stage to say hi to the boys when Jisoo is just recovering from anxiety from feeling tension when he's close to groups of people. Seems like one of the fans or fan site that was there knew that herself. Some say they should have done their research, and some say he was just trying to do something nice for the fans who attended. I feel like these debates amongst fans bring up an interesting topic of what battles do we fight. Obviously, when it impacts their health, when it impacts the hard work they've put into something, and trolls trying to ruin that while the artist can't do anything about it serving their military duties. How about when it comes to the treatment of someone, like fans calling out Adidas for what seems to be a bias against Jisoo? Their campaign featuring BLACKPINK had a disproportionately smaller appearance of Jisoo compared to the rest of the members. They seem to have more promotional pictures than Jisoo. She wasn't even on the website. And then you get into all the other little things that become much more apparent because of the other stuff. That's when things start looking fishy and become something fans feel the need to fight for. The blatant continuous evidence. But the last couple of days and weeks, you realize it's not just K-pop fans. Fan uproars happen in any industry all around the globe. The Oscars, the Grammys. By the way, with all the attention on BTS at the Grammys, and I mean a lot of attention were on them, did anyone spot vocal goddess Ailee in the crowd? She was right there, supporting BTS, meeting a bunch of artists, but the one that caught everyone off guard was her picture with Chris Brown, who, if you remember in the past, was charged for assaulting Rihanna. And because of that, Ailee started getting a lot of criticism for taking this picture with him. She finally had to address it, saying he was one of the artists she enjoyed while growing up. And that's a fact that will never change, and quite frankly, a fact that she can't change. But the part of her statement that people seem to not believe is her saying she had no knowledge of what he did before taking the photo. She does end it by saying there's no way she supports what he did, nor does she take it lightly. Again, this brings up the debate of, is this a battle fans should carry on? Or do we put ourselves in her shoes, running into someone she listened to as a kid? By the way, Chris Brown commented cornball on her post, and I'm not sure what he's trying to say. But why talk about Chris Brown at the Grammys when we can talk about BTS at the Grammys? It was so cool to see them represent on that red carpet, backstage, on stage. I love that they always go live after these big events just to talk to fans, just to tell backstage stories. Where, by the way, they did acknowledge they weren't given much time, but Suga reminded fans that, hey, even at the Billboard Music Awards at first, they were just there to receive an award. Everything has steps to it. Everything has to progress naturally. They acknowledge that it was good for them to be on that stage regardless, and that receiving a nomination is a hard thing to do and accomplish, which is why it will be that much sweeter once it happens. Don't worry, they also did say, hey, we want to do more next time, and I have no doubt they're going to put in that work. And taking what we can get, it was fun to see them there drinking it all in, taking their sweet time to get to their seats.
take your seats. BTS, take your seats. BTS, take your seats. Okay? Please, John Legend, Chrissy.
And this week, whether you're a fan of Kobe Bryant or not, I think we all got that shock to the system, reminding us to take it all in like BTS were doing at the Grammys, to enjoy every moment of life, and appreciate every little thing around you. Most importantly, to do that with the ones you love.